Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers. Jamie watches too much TV. Great username, by the way. Thanks for the suggestion, Jamie. You asked, why do clocks tick? And honestly, it's something we've all wondered while lying in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling and slowly being driven mad by that relentless tick, tock, tick sound. Today, we're digging into the weird, mechanical, and surprisingly emotional world of ticking clocks, right here on Explaining Everything. Clocks have been around for centuries. Before them, people just kind of looked at the sun and went, looks like super clock. But once we realized that the sun is an unreliable jerk when it's cloudy or, nighttime, we had to invent something better. Enter the mechanical clock. Now, this is where the ticking begins. Not the soul-crushing emotional kind, but the literal tick-tock business. Mechanical clocks are basically tiny little workout machines. Inside, there's a whole gang of gears, springs and levers working together in harmony, kind of like a boy band from the Renaissance. One of these little clock gym members is the escapement. Yes, escapement. Sounds like something you yell when trying to leave a family reunion, but it's actually the hero of the tick. The escapement is a mechanical device that controls the movement of the gears. It escapes energy in little bursts to keep the clock moving at a steady pace. It's like a bouncer letting people into a club one at a time, except the club is your timepiece and the people are seconds. Every time this mechanism releases a gear tooth, it makes a sound. Tick, then tock, then tick again. Over and over. Like that one guy in your office who clears his throat every 12 seconds. But this isn't a design flaw. This is how it keeps time. Precision through annoyance. As technology got fancier, people found new ways to make time even more complicated. Pendulum clocks, for example, came along with a whole "I'm too elegant to just tick" vibe. Instead, they sway back and forth like they're trying to seduce you with punctuality. The pendulum works with, you guessed it, the escapement. It swings. The escapement lets one gear tooth go, and boom, tick. This was revolutionary because it made timekeeping way more accurate. Before this, clocks were so bad at telling time, they might as well have said, "Give or take an hour." But even with all the upgrades, the ticking stayed. Why? Because it wasn't just functional. It became part of the clock's identity. Like a cat's purring or a dad's groan when he stands up. It's what made a clock a clock. You don't walk into a quiet room, hear tick, 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 and go, "Oh, look, a blender." And then, plot twist, quartz clocks happened. Now, if you thought the escapement was high-tech, wait till you meet quartz. Quartz clocks don't tick because of gears and springs. They tick because of science, like mad science. Quartz is a crystal, and when you run electricity through it, it vibrates. Not in a feeling the music kind of way, more like a super precise atomic-level shimmy. The crystal jiggles exactly 32,768 times per second. And you thought your Fitbit was impressive. These vibrations are converted into pulses, each pulse ticking off 1 second. But here's the catch. In most quartz clocks, these ticks happen silently. No talk, no reminder of your mortality. Just peaceful, quiet, judgment-free time. But wait, You've heard quartz clocks tick, haven't you? That's because manufacturers realized something. People missed the ticking, the soothing, steady beat of time, like the heartbeat of a very punctual robot. So they added a speaker. Not kidding. Your digital wall clock might actually be making fake tick sounds, like a clock cosplaying as a clock. We live in a world where even clocks have imposter syndrome. Here's the thing. Our brains are weird about ticking. Some people love it. They say it helps them focus, like a metronome for their thoughts. Other people want to hurl the clock out the window and never look back. That little sound can drive you bananas if you're trying to sleep or write the next great novel, or simply exist without losing your mind. You know what makes it worse? When the ticking isn't perfectly rhythmic. Suddenly it sounds like the clock has a limp. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Now your brain's doing mental gymnastics, trying to fix the pattern. Congratulations, you've just joined Clock OCD Anonymous. And yes, there are studies on this. Some psychologists think the reason ticking annoys us is because it reminds us that time is passing, that we're not immortal, that deadlines are creeping closer. Thanks, clock, for that little existential throat punch. Nowadays, digital clocks have taken over. They're silent, cold, efficient. They don't tick. They just change numbers with all the personality of a toaster. And let's be honest, they're kind of boring. An analog clock ticks with passion. It has drama, flair, a story. A digital clock just stares at you, emotionless, like it's saying, "Good luck, buddy, you're already late." But here's the funny thing. Despite all our high-tech wizardry, all our smartwatches and atomic time syncing, the ticking hasn't gone away. It's become a sound we associate with reliability, structure, civilization, also paranoia and insomnia, but mostly structure. So, why do clocks tick? Because we made them that way. Because the gears inside needed to regulate motion. Because a tiny mechanism needed to say, "Hold up, not so fast. Let's keep it even." And that's why clocks tick. It all comes down to tiny mechanical dance moves, gear-grinding drama, and our strange attachment to sounds that remind us time is slowly stalking us like a punctual panther. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.